Welcome back to another Lee's Corner. Today we got a lot of stuff to go over, and it's going to be fun. We're going to hit some hard-nosed topics, so let's go ahead and start you down the list of topics. Today we're going to be talking about a widespread outbreak of racism towards white teachers, from white teachers towards black students in classes in America. We're also going to be talking about vaccine hesitancies and what's really behind it. Third, last but not least, we're going to talk about Condoleezza Rice's views on the show, The View, about critical race theory and her thoughts. That and more coming up right now. Let's get it. Okay, we're back. All right, let's go. Let's jump into it, guys. All right, well, the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is the widespread outbreak of racism in American schools, from teachers to black African American children. Now, a lot of people might be asking, why is this happening? Well, it's simple. I personally believe that they consider it's somewhat get back from certain teachers teaching critical race theory, or thinking they're teaching critical race theory in classes, which is not being taught in schools. Let's really quickly break down what critical race theory is, shall we? Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do this. Critical race theory is the theory of statistics, okay, of how black people and white people are treated in the criminal justice system and in the hospital system and all other systems that you have in the United States. That is what critical race theory is. That is not taught anywhere but colleges. I believe it began in Harvard. It's not being taught in schools. What's been taught in school is diversity inclusion. Now, what is diversity inclusion, that you might be wondering what it is? Let's go over diversity inclusion. Diversity inclusion is the same thing you have when you have, the Me Too movement that you had this past year or so. When you have different corporations going into different companies and showing them how not to be what they should and should not say to women. You know, no sexual harassment, no touching, unwanted touching, no saying things to them to make them feel uncomfortable. All these particular things is what they do. Diversity inclusion, the same thing. Telling white people about their white privilege and letting them understand what that is not racism. Or reverse racism, which is a non-actual thing. It's something that white people use when they don't want to take responsibility for what they've done for the last 400 years in this country. And we're not just talking about slavery. White folks never want to take responsibility for what they've done to other cultures, Native Americans, African Americans. And we people, slavery was years ago. We ain't talking about slavery. We're not talking about just slavery. And it's funny how you can reconcile slavery so easily. You can give money to Jewish people. You can give money to Japanese people that you kept in internment camps in World War I or II. You can give them money and make sure that they're okay. But when it comes to black people trying to strike out and get what's theirs, all of a sudden, white America has a problem with it. And in these schools, you have teachers saying things that they're not supposed to be saying to children. Let's jump into it. There's a 5-year-old. Let's start with the 5-year-old kid. There's a 5-year-old black kid in Virginia who has the teacher calls their resource officer a police officer to the classroom to deal with this 5-year-old black kid who is singing. By the way, he has ADD or ADHD. Which means sometimes he can't control what he does. And I'm sure the teacher knows that. But she calls the cops. The cop comes, the mother is told, she comes to the school. She hears her own son in distress. Just to walk up on him and see a cop putting a 5-year-old in a headlock. Now you tell me what the hell warrants putting a black child in a headlock. A black little boy, 5 years old, in a headlock. Tell me. Zero. Other than his own fun. You wouldn't put a dog in a headlock, but you put a 5-year-old black boy in a headlock. These cops are racist, they're vicious, and they're stupid. And so was the dumbass teacher that called him on him. See, we used to talk to children back in the day. We used to walk up on them and say, hey, little such and such and such and such, I need you to quit. I know you want to sing. We will sing after class, but right now, okay? We didn't call police officers to come deal with such things like that. These punk ass cops can't even deal with real threats in school. You got school shootings going off left and right with white folks shooting and killing up everything in sight. And then you ask yourself, well, where's the resource officer? Oh, he went outside too. Well, why didn't he come in and help the other kids? Because he's a punk ass bitch. That's why. He'd rather put a 5-year-old in a headlock. My own home state, North Carolina. A teacher actually told some kids, elementary school kids, well, what is it now? That if it wasn't for the Constitution, that they would make good slaves on her plantation. And she decided she would quit before they fired her ass. Yeah. Kansas City. Students spread a petition to bring back slavery. Even going as far as to go on Instant Messenger, not Instant Messenger, but Facebook and Instagram and say, hey, check this out. Here's a list of the names of the black students that we would trade each other and all this kind of stuff and make our slaves. Now, of course, Kansas City school systems are saying that we do not deal with this Kansas City highs where this happened. We don't deal with stuff like this, and they will be facing expulsion and such and such and such. So now the parents say this is all just talk because they haven't done shit yet. And they're not getting any help from anybody. Now, you may ask yourself, why is this happening? This is happening because you have in record numbers a bunch of white people going to school complaining that their kids are coming home talking about they're being taught critical race theory, when in actuality they are being taught diversity inclusion. So this just goes to say that white people do not want to be taught how to treat others that are not white. They think they're doing the right thing. And this is what I mean by whites not wanting to take personal responsibility for what they have caused, the trauma and the tragedy they have caused in this country. They don't want to take personal responsibility because they don't think they did anything wrong. They don't want their children to feel bad. Have we ever thought about how black children feel in school? The only time you ever talk about it in history class or anything else, any other class, is when you want to bring up slavery. But yet, we're the ones that's always bringing it up, according to you guys. Right now, slavery, we don't need just slavery. We got more than just slavery going on here. We don't need just slavery. Oh no, we got way more than just that. How about slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, which you're still doing today, gerrymandering, threatening our right to vote. That's still going on today. That's still going on today. Trying to redraw the district lines in Texas, to where if we do vote, we'll cancel each other out. Yeah, they got all kinds of little tricks of the trade to try to either suffocate our vote or stop us from being able to vote as well as we do any other time. But this is what they do. And we've come to understand the enemy, and I do call him the enemy. And it's not just white people. You know I'm talking about the racial element, but I'm just gonna say the enemy as I stated before. And it's sad, but that's what's going on. That is what's going on today. Number 2, let's talk about also vaccine hesitancy. Let's talk about vaccine hesitancy. 2 things are going on really big in schools right now, all across the country. 1, you got people fighting school boards for the fact that they think that they're teaching critical race theory when they're actually teaching diversity inclusion. They're also going after people because they don't want their kids to wear masks anymore. And they don't like the idea of you trying to make them have to have a vaccine to go to school. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. We're just trying to keep everybody safe and well. You know, your kids didn't have to have vaccines to get into school. So doesn't it make sense that they would have to have the vaccine to not spread it? Now, look, I'm not here to tell anybody to take nothing. You can take what the hell you want to take. I don't care. The only thing I want to do is stop spreading. It doesn't spread if you got the vaccine. Also, I don't want it to mutate again and give us another strain. So if you're for mutating, then don't get vaccinated. Keep going out here doing what you're doing and whatever. Like I said, people can be allowed to be as stupid as they want to be. Some people deserve to die. That's just it. I'm sorry. I'm not saying it to be rude or mean, but some people deserve to die. They just do. They're asking for it so much. Let them have it. Sometimes you have to reward stupidity with death or being really sick for a long time. Now, I don't want that. I'm just saying those are the facts. There's only so many times you can keep telling people stuff, and it is what it is. But let's go to the heart of vaccine hesitancy, because there's a lot of things going on here that people are talking about. Black people being scared of the Tuskegee situation that happened. White people being afraid of being told what to do. White people don't like being told what to do. I think that's more of their hesitancy than anything else. Sure, they can be told it's good for you, it's the best thing going today. And sure, there are probably some that's like, oh, this happened too fast, this, that, and the other. But here's a question. What do you do? What do you do when you're a president or a governor and people are dying by the thousands and your people are telling you we need something, we need something, we need something? They say, okay, well, let's get masks for a while, then we're going to close everything down. Now, I agree that closing things down was not the best way to handle it. Because it gives you a false perception of what's safe. Because when you come out your door, the disease is still there, and it was. So now you've shut down your economy for 6 months to a year, and you fucked everything up. Now you open back up, and you start saying, okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wear a mask. You got people that's like, I ain't wearing no mask. You ain't making me wear a mask. You're taking away my civil liberties. What? You asked me to help you. In the meanwhile, we got a treatment coming pretty soon. Donald Trump, spare no expense. We're gonna get something straight. We're gonna get the thing done. We're gonna get a vaccine. It's gonna be good. Everybody, oh, white people like yes, vaccine, woo! Vaccine comes to market. It's rolled out terribly. People have long lines, but people are still happy because they're getting their shots by the millions. We trade presidents. I'm not getting my shot under Biden. I'm just not. I refuse to. And you can't make me. Then it becomes political. I'm not going to get my shot because it's going to make you look good. Okay. If you want to die, do what you need to do. The whole point of getting a shot, from what I understand about the science, was not just for you so you can protect other people, your family and stuff, because this is people have brought this stuff home and killed their whole family. These are facts. So if you into the homicidal mood, then do what you want to do. I'm not telling nobody to do nothing. Do what you want to do. But the biggest thing that bothers me is what's behind all of this hesitancy is that, look, this is what's really going on behind the scenes. White people complaining about civil liberties. Black people were afraid of Tuskegee, but black people are still slowly going in and getting what they're supposed to get. But here's the biggest thing. Here it is. We all know one true fact as black people. If white people could get them this thing itself, this vaccine by itself, they wouldn't ask you for shit. The only reason why they're making all of us get it is because it can spread to anybody, and you wouldn't even know. It's 5 times, the Delta variant is 5 to 10 times more able for you to get it than the actual coronavirus itself. 10 times. Okay? But you best believe if it couldn't pass from everybody that quickly, or not all of us, the white ones were the only ones to be vaccinated. And they'd get vaccinated. Wouldn't tell no black person nothing. But the fact that we can affect white lives, is the reason why the government, state and federal, are making sure everybody gets it. Trust me, because I do believe it's true. Nobody give a damn if you get high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or nothing else. Why? Because that don't affect them. Oh, they'll talk a good talk from Washington, D.C. and your local government. No, we want everybody to be healthy. No, you don't. No, you don't. The only reason why you want everybody to get this shot is because it can pass from anybody. That means, oh, blacks can give it to me too. Mexicans can give it to me too. Such and such can give it to me too. So now we all must be in this together type of situation. You know, white folks only get scared 2 times. When there's a crisis and they're afraid they're going to die. None of them want to die alone. They want us all to be friends. For the moment. And these are facts. Y'all can check it out. Y'all ain't got to ask me. Y'all know how they go. These are facts. I wouldn't lie to you. That's just how it is. But that's what the real vaccine hesitancy is about. Those 2 things. If you don't want to get it, fine. I don't give a damn. But I will tell you this. While they're pushing us and pushing us and pushing us and pushing us and pushing us to get it, I see the urgency. I do. I'm not dumb, man. I understand the urgency. I do. You want it to stop mutating into something worse. You want it to go away so we can all start living normal lives. But guys, don't be shocked here. If this was just a black situation or a Mexican situation, they wouldn't care 2 shits. They wouldn't have rolled out the red carpet for crap. But because we affect white people, everybody, now y'all come to the altar of come and get your shots. Everybody. And I would like to tell black people too. Black people, I know you got your issue with the shot. I get it. I know you got your issues with the shot. You know, everything that happened in the past, governments doing all this stuff to us. But I will say this. Sometimes you got to let logic prevail. Unless they're trying to kill all of us, which means no money for them at all, then I think it's pretty safe to take the shot. Because the fact of the matter is, if they were just offering the shot to white people, you know, you'd be a little pissed off too, right? So let's think about this in a logical way. They're trying to get the shot to everybody. Why would they want to kill their own? Gotta think about this. Why would they want to kill their own as well? I'm not saying white people aren't above killing their own, but why? Logically, they're trying to keep people working, to keep producing more tax money, more money in general, to keep the world turning so they can make green. That's the most logical act. And that's probably what you want to think about in getting your shot or not. All right. I don't like staying on that kind of stuff too long. Now I'm going to the last topic, but really interesting to me. Condoleezza Rice was recently on The View. And she got lit up with a lot of people. Sonny, who's on there, who's a lawyer, and she got into a little bit with Whoopi on there. And see, this is what I don't like with so-called self-made black people. Now, I love my peoples, but this is a problem, a bone I have to pick with these self-made black people who are in government. And I was poor and I made it, you know, like the Condoleezza Rices of the world and the black dude for Trump that was in charge of HUD, who's a renowned neurosurgeon. No. Surgeon. I don't think he's a neurosurgeon. Yeah, I think he was a neurosurgeon. I can't think of his name right now. It escapes me. But the problem I have with people like them, they start thinking because they did something that they were the rule. And it's just not the case. They were talking about critical race theory and it being taught in schools. And first of all, the one thing I don't think Condoleezza Rice understood is that critical race theory is not being taught in schools. I don't think she understood that. But she went on to say, and kept cutting everybody off, that I was born in such and such Alabama, and I didn't get to go to movies with my mom and dad. My mom and dad told me I would overcome that, and I would do this, and blah, 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 and I am the such and such, da, 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 da. And I was stating all of her, you know, her pedigree and everything, and stating all this other kind of stuff. And then she's going to say, I believe that black people can overcome without making other white children feel bad about themselves. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And what have you heard that's being said in class that's making white people, making white children dislike themselves? Oh, it might be a little uncomfortable. You mean like talking about slavery in class? You mean about not telling us about our own heritage in class? Where we fit into the American experiment? Not showing our history, telling what we've done? You mean that kind of uncomfortable? So why don't you look at it from the other side? Instead of trying to protect white folks, why don't you look at it from your own side? Because I have to say, I don't think Condoleezza Rice has been in one of these classrooms to even know what the fuck she is talking about. She's just out there talking, just like the rest of these white talking heads that have no idea what they're talking about. And now they're talking about banning a critical race theory, which doesn't end. And then when you even say it's diversity and inclusion, oh no, it's still critical race theory. It's still, shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. See, that's the problem with a lot of these white folks. See, they can't be uncomfortable. See, black people can be uncomfortable all day because we're inferior by nature, right? Doesn't matter what you do to us, right? Something black, oh, we just so sensitive. But white kids, oh, no, they're not sensitive. You're being a reverse racist. You're trying to make my kids feel bad. Hey, this is between me and you. Leave my kids out of this. Oh, I'm sorry. We can't teach your kids about white privilege and teach them not to fuck up like you did, Mr. Adult? Mr. I'm proud of my white privilege. I want my children to recognize what they got to. Is that what you're trying to say? See, I don't hear a lot of black people in general fighting back on this, pushing back enough. I shouldn't say I don't see, but they're not pushing back enough on this. Every time I heard one of these moms or dads, these assholes on TV start talking about critical race theory being taught in class, I'd say, well, what's being said exactly? What's being said to chap your ass? Because you keep saying it hurts my kids' feelings, but what is being said exactly? I don't know, but no, shut the fuck up with the I don't know. Either you have proof of what you're saying, or you sit the fuck down. You can't just sit up here and lie. See, when we talk about racism, when we talk about Jim Crow, when we talk about redlining, when we talking about gerrymandering, when we talking about police brutality, when we talking about just racist scores, when you try to get a home, and just because you put down black, you don't get that loan. When we talk about that type of stuff, this is real stuff that we can point to. The statistics are there and the facts are been proven. What are you talking about exactly? We need times, dates. What did they say, bitch? If you were in a court of law, you would have to say what they said. You couldn't get away with this crap about, oh, well, it made my son feel bad. Well, what is it? What made it bad? Maybe we can explain it away. What is it? Nothing? You don't know? Whatever. All right, people. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 2 and 2. I can't remember who met who first, or who fell in love with each other first. All I can remember is the 6 of us always together, until we weren't. I also remember my friends broke my neck, my back, and my jaw. And there will be a reckoning. Hello?
Welcome home, Chris. It's time for some fun.
What the fuck you want from me, man?
Last night, 2 people were brutally murdered.
You must have pissed somebody really off.
He was stabbed 7 times. That's not pissed off, that's enraged.
For years I've been wanting to tell you how sorry I am for what we did to you.
Do you think he's gonna really want to see you? Look, he's paralyzed because of you. He walks with a limp because of you.
Help me out. How does he have an alibi for everything?
I don't know. I mean, how can you catch a guy who has a private plane? How can you catch a guy, who disappears like smoke?
You're the only one with motive enough to kill these 5 victims.
I mean, it's not about what you know, it's what you can do.
Lamar! We got him.
It's over, Maria.
Steven is a red herring. But you know that already, right?
Maybe. But it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
What's up? And we're back. Oh, hope y'all enjoyed that little tidbit. All right, people, check this out. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the whole situation with Biden. Now, you don't get too political, I guess, but everything's political these days. The Biden agenda is failing, and we must know why. We can't get pushed through the George Foreman's Policing Act. We can't get through our Voting Act. What's going on? But you can get through the Asian bill with expediency. It seems when it comes to Asians or LGBTQ, anything y'all can do fast. And I told y'all why this is. Why all these other genders can come before us, because they always have. Everybody is considered an American except black people. The people who've been here with these Europeans the longest, if not more so. We was actually here with the Native Americans too. But still, been here the longest. But yet and still, our stuff stalls in Congress. Well, Biden better remember one damn thing, and Kamala, we put your asses there and we can get another candidate as well. Y'all better make some shit happen. Because you had no problem passing the Asian bill. No problem. And I know that the Republicans were unanimous and all that stuff. Everybody wants to deal with real shit except black people. Y'all don't want to deal with us. Y'all will trade us up for LGBT, for Asians, for everybody else. Y'all deal with everybody's bill just to put ours on the back burner so you know how to deal with it. Well, that shit is going to stop, or we going to go shopping for new candidates. That's what we going to do. That's what we going to do. We're going to push y'all motherfuckers and push y'all till y'all make what y'all told us is true come to be. And that's what we need to do. That's what we should have done with Barack, but we let that go. We ain't letting that go with y'all. You need to pay what you owe. The bill is due. All right, that's the time for my show today, people. I'd like to thank everybody for coming in today. I really appreciate it. It just has been fun, and I will be back for another rousing Lee's Corner next time. Don't forget to check out Phoenix 22 Rising Productions. That's where you can get. That's where you can get my movie that's out right now. It's Halloween. I know you're gonna love it. So go ahead and check. Look for PS No Worries. It's a digital download on PS. PS No Worries. A digital download on Phoenix 22 Rising. Go phoenix22rising.com and you can go to the website and grab it. All right. Y'all have a great day, and don't forget to join me on the next Lee's Corner, where we talk about the things you want to talk about.